Watch this video to discover the most sinister way your ego will try to destroy you. Hey everyone, Noah Hammond here, back with another video advice. Today we're going to be talking about ego and how your ego mind will attempt to destroy you. Now, it sounds kind of dramatic, destroy me, but that is literally what your ego wants to do. It will do anything it can to keep you from making progress, to keep you from being successful, to keep you from moving forward, to stay stuck right here, right now. It will do whatever is necessary to keep you stuck in your current state, your current reality. So, if your current reality, if the way life looks to you right now isn't a picturesque version of your dream existence, you have to know how to combat your ego. You have to know how to work with your ego, and you have to know how to recognize your ego. So in today's video, we're going to talk about just a few of the ways that this ego mind will attempt to keep you stuck, how it will derail you from progress. First, the basic ones. It's going to make you feel sleepy or groggy. It's going to make you be disinterested. It's going to make you put less important things first. So let's cover those three real quick. Say you want to create something new. You want to create a new business, a side project, right? And every time you go to work on it though, you just find yourself like, oh, yeah, I'll just work on it later. I'm tired, right? That's ego. It's a little sneaky trick ego loves to do, which is make you think you're tired anytime you try to do something new or something outside your comfort zone. Now, the second one, making you indifferent. All right, this is another sneaky trick. Something shows up that you do truly want, but then immediately, it doesn't really matter. Fires off in your mind or in your body somewhere. Right? So it's like your soul knows you want it, and as soon as your ego sees that, it's like, no, progress, no, you don't want that. You don't care. You're too cool. Right? So that's another way that the ego will show up. And the third one is that it will have you stack less important tasks on top of the more important tasks. Right? So the most important, most highest leverage thing you could do every day will also always be the most frightening, most terrifying, most ego-activating thing, right? But that's always where the gold is. That's always where the most transformation is. That's always where the most progress is. So the simplest thing to do is to take your most difficult thing, the thing you're dreading the most, and just do it first every single day, knowing that every time you're actually crushing your ego slowly and surely, taking control of your own progress. Now, those are some of the basic ones. But what I want to talk about is something that I just personally experienced very in depth. And in my mind, it's the trickiest, most despicable thing the ego will do. What the ego will do when faced with a situation is it will invade your mind and have you think about the worst case scenario as if it's the most probable, right? So in recent time, my business cash flow came to a crunching halt, right? And the bank accounts emptied out. And it was like, oh man, we're broke. And what did my ego mind do? Well, my ego mind immediately took over and started creating this visualization about how I'm going to live as a homeless person, about how I'll get food and how I'll keep my pack and how I'll continue to serve all of you and how I'll make this work for this duration of time where I'm poor and homeless for some reason. And it's like, as the ego takes over and the fear creeps in and it all takes over, you actually dive into it as if it's real. And the craziest part is that you start acting as if it's the most probable thing. So there was a hiccup in business cash flow. What's the most likely thing? Well, the most likely thing is that there'll be more cash flow tomorrow, or there'll be more cash flow in a couple of days. Something along those lines. That's the most probable, right? What is the least probable? The least likely? Well, the least likely is that I would end up poor on the streets, like having to live as a vagrant, all these things, right? But what does the ego do? It invades your mind. It takes the worst case scenario. It puts it right in front of your face, like this is what's going to happen. And then it has you live into that, unless you can take this advice and see it for what it is and recognize it when it happens, right? So say you're starting a new challenging thing in your life. Say you want to start your own business and you're not really sure if you should pull the trigger. It's going to take an investment. It's going to take you going all in, right? Well, what's probable is that you'll struggle and succeed, just like you've struggled and succeed and been provided for and always been able to pay the bills every other point in your life, right? But what the ego is going to say is that, like, you're going to die, you're going to live on the streets, you're going to be poor, it's not going to work, nobody's going to want this thing you're doing, and your life is just going to be over, right? And you start, like, you look at that as if it's a real option. So recognize when this is happening and just toss it out. It's the most craziest thing that we allow ourselves to be susceptible to this ego mechanism of ultimate bad reality. So recognize it for what it is, throw it out there, and then just think, what's probable? What is the most probable thing that will happen in this scenario? What is the most probable thing that will happen if I take that leap at my, leaving my job, or I take that leap and ask that girl out, or I take that leap and start this new diet plan? What's the most probable? And then also ask yourself, what's least probable? Because often your greatest fears are also what's least probable. And so this will just empower you to get past your ego and to create the life that you want. So if you're a man looking to create your most successful life, looking to live your true potential in all areas of life, please check out truemanacademy.com. It is my latest and greatest contribution to you men. It's an amazing program, and there's a free training for you to learn how there's a systematic approach to unlocking your ultimate potential. As always, thank you all so much for joining me. Please comment below, share your opinions, share how this has helped you, share if you see this in your own life. Also, please like the video if you like it, subscribe to my channel, and check me out on Facebook, and I'll see you soon with another video. Thanks so much.